Here's a take. Bo Nix got a better arm than I think people think. I think he's more cut and athletic than people think. I noticed this when I saw him live on the field against Utah. And I know it's preseason, John, but I've watched Bo Nix and I'm like, Caleb defensive coach, Drake May defensive coach, Jaden defensive coach, JJ McCarthy hurt, Penix may not play. Hot take. Bo Nix is the best quarterback this year out of the crop.
I think Bo Nix is going to shut a lot of people up really fast. I would say nothing has a chance to age better faster than booting Russell out for $80 million and selecting this guy. And let's face it, leading up to the draft before he inevitably picked him, everyone was going, oh, Sean Payton wants Bo Nix. That's terrible. That's awful. You can't draft this guy that high. This is crazy. This is stupid. And it's like, no, I mean, this guy has a pretty good idea. He was one of the rare guys that was all in on Mahomes. Is it crazy to think Denver could finish second in this division? I don't think it's inconceivable they go 9-8.
That sense of urgency is now. There's some mistakes that are going to happen, but it's the pre-snap. It's the illegal man downfield. There's a handful of these things that those have to be cleaned up like tomorrow. So I do think it's important when we come to work tomorrow, and it's not just the players. This is the first road trip for us, and I've got 14 things written down that I'm pissed off about that have nothing to do with the game, and so that's part of the debrief too. And so the willingness of the player, employee, all of us to accept and make those corrections.
I thought it was good. I thought our team competed really well. It was fun to see guys get out there and fly around. As the game went on, we just found ways to score points, and our defense did a great job. No matter who was in there, they got stops, got turnovers, which is big. Add some excitement to the game, momentum for us offensively and as a team. So it was good to see us just get out there, score points, put drives together, field goals, touchdowns, whatever it was. Just kind of made plays when we needed to make them, and overall our defense just played really good.
Do you evaluate your own performance in a game like this like you would in week 12, or is it different in the preseason in terms of what you're trying to accomplish?
Well, it's a different evaluation, but I still evaluate it pretty tough. Obviously there's some things you can't quite control for a preseason game. A lot you don't really know going into it, but my favorite part with the preseason is just reacting to what you get. Sometimes in the game you got to react because it's not something you prepared for. So that's really how you can treat a preseason, is just get out there and see things, react how you would on a play, and just take the ball where your eyes lead you. And like I said, it's not always going to be planned, and you're not always going to be prepared for a look. So that's sometimes what preseason gives you a lot of.
Welcome to the battlefield, NFL fans. It's the 9th of August, 2025, and the San Francisco 49ers are locking horns with the Denver Broncos in a preseason opener that's anything but a warm-up. This isn't just a game, it's a statement, a chance for both teams to flex their muscles, shake off the rust, and prove who's ready to dominate the 2025 season. But tonight, one team soared while the other crashed and burned. The final score, a jaw-dropping 30-9 obliteration by the Denver Broncos over a floundering 49ers squad. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the chaos, the controversy, and the electrifying moments that defined this game. Let's talk about Bo Nix's polarizing performance, Sean Payton's fiery urgency, and a running back battle that's heating up faster than a California wildfire. This was no ordinary preseason game. It was a wake-up call. But what went wrong for the 49ers? And why are the Broncos looking like a dark horse in the AFC? Let's break down the offensive collapse that left San Francisco reeling. The San Francisco 49ers walked into Levi's Stadium with swagger, but they left with their tails between their legs. Their offense, a complete meltdown. After a promising opening drive capped by a 5-yard touchdown run from Patrick Taylor, the wheels fell off. Mac Jones started hot, going 4 for 7 for 74 yards. Including a stunning 50-yard bomb to rookie Jordan Watkins. But then, disaster. Jones threw a costly interception, and the backups, Carter Bradley and Tanner Mordecai, couldn't move the ball to save their lives. Bradley's night was a nightmare: underthrown passes, a brutal interception, and zero rhythm. Mordecai, even worse, fumbling a bootleg and throwing into traffic like he was auditioning for the other team. The 49ers managed just 9 points, all in the first quarter, before being shut out for the final 3. This wasn't just a loss. It was an embarrassment. With only a handful of starters playing, as Kyle Shanahan admitted, is this a sign of deeper issues? Are the 49ers Super Bowl dreams already crumbling before the season even starts? The 49ers offense imploded, but across the field, a young quarterback was fighting to prove his doubters wrong. Let's shift to Denver and dive into the Bo Nix debate. Is he the real deal or a preseason fluke? Bo Nix. The name alone sparks heated debates across the NFL world. Is he the savior of the Denver Broncos or a draft pick destined to flop? Tonight, in his second-year preseason debut, Nix showed flashes of brilliance and moments of sheer frustration, going 6 for 1 for a modest 31 yards, with a 60-0 quarterback rating. Nix's stat line won't blow you away. His first drive, a sluggish 7-play, 26-yard punt. His second, a disastrous intentional grounding in the end zone, handing the 49ers a safety. But hold on, Nix bounced back. On his final drive, he connected with Troy Franklin for a clutch 4th and 5 conversion, setting up a field goal. This is the Bo Nix that had Sean Payton all in during the draft, despite the critics screaming, "He's not worth it." Look, I saw Nix live against Utah, and let me tell you, this kid's arm is electric, his athleticism underrated. With 29 touchdowns as a rookie last year, leading Denver to the playoffs for the first time since 2015, is it crazy to say Nix could be the best QB from his draft class? Caleb Williams, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy. They're either hurt or stuck behind defensive coaches. Nix, he's got Sean Payton, the guy who bet on Mahomes. Could the Broncos, with a 9-8 record, shock the AFC West? Don't sleep on this kid. Nix's performance was a mixed bag, but the Broncos' defense, they were an absolute force. Let's talk about how Nik Bonitto and the defense turned this game into a one-sided slaughter. If the 49ers offense was a house of cards, the Denver Broncos defense was a wrecking ball. After a shaky start, allowing a 71-yard touchdown drive, Denver's D locked in. Enter Nik Bonitto, the edge rusher who's making a case for a massive payday. Bonitto exploded for 5 sacks, including back-to-back takedowns of Mac Jones, and nearly had a third. His relentless motor sent a message. Pay this man now. The defense forced 4 turnovers, including a diving interception by Jaquan McMillian that flipped the game's momentum. From there, it was all Broncos. They held the 49ers to 0 points after the first quarter, shutting down every drive with ferocious stops and bone-crushing tackles. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Denver's defense is ready to terrorize the AFC, and Bonitto, he's the spearhead of a unit that could carry this team deep into the playoffs. While the defense stole the show, the Broncos' running back battle is where the real drama lies. Who's emerging as the top dog in Sean Payton's backfield? Let's dive into the competition that's got everyone talking. The Denver Broncos' backfield is a powder keg of talent, and the competition is fiercer than ever. Rookie R.J. Harvey got the start, and boy, did he deliver. With 7 carries for 25 yards and a catch for 4 more, Harvey showed vision and explosiveness, turning a near loss into an 11-yard gain. Sean Payton praised his juice, saying he'll keep getting reps with the starters. But don't count out J.K. Dobbins, the veteran who's a lock for RB1 alongside Harvey. The real battle, Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyler Beatty, Audric Estim, and Blake Watson, fighting for those final spots. Beatty led with 5 carries for 32 yards, while Watson stole the show with 7 yards per carry, including a Delapan-Balas-yard burst. Estim added a 20-yard catch and run, breaking tackles like a freight train. Sean Payton's words ring loud. We're building cases for all of them, but with only 2 games left before roster cuts, the clock is ticking. Who's going to rise, and who's going to fall? This running back room is a ticking time bomb, and the explosion is coming. The running back race is heating up. But what does this all mean for the Broncos' future and the 49ers' collapse? Let's wrap this up with the big picture and a call to action. This game wasn't just a preseason opener, it was a wake-up call. For the 49ers, it's a stark reminder that rust and roster battles can't be ignored. With only a few starters playing, their 30-9 loss exposed glaring weaknesses that Kyle Shanahan must address before Week 1. For the Broncos, it's a glimpse of their potential. Bo Nix may have stumbled, but his resilience hints at a breakout season. Nik Bonitto and the defense proved they're a force to be reckoned with. And the running back competition, it's pushing this team to new heights. Sean Payton's fiery words sum it up. There's a sense of urgency. We've got 14 things to fix tomorrow. This is the NFL, where every snap counts, and the Broncos are ready to fight for AFC supremacy. But what about you? Fans, are you buying the Bo Nix hype? Is Denver a playoff contender? Or are the 49ers just a bad game away from bouncing back? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more NFL breakdowns that hit harder than a Nik Bonitto sack.